Hello everybody, Ben Rogers here, the Raptors Digest, reacting to the Toronto Raptors 135-115 win against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Solo pod here tonight, but this game was a wild one for the Toronto Raptors, and that's right, it seems like every game we're playing the balloons. The second half of the season has just been perfect for Toronto Raptors fans, as we're losing the games we need to lose to keep the tank going, but they just keep coming back with these exciting moments, these games that really just get you pumped up, amped up about our players. And tonight, Gary Trent Jr. My goodness, this guy, I put in the title, this guy's going to be an all-star. I don't know if this is a hyperbole or anything like that, but the way he's playing, the level he's been at as a Toronto Raptor, obviously still a bit inconsistent as a younger guy, but coming out 44 points tonight for Gary Trent Jr., 7 rebounds, 4 assists on 17 of 19 shooting from the field. That is just purely remarkable. That's numbers out there that's absolutely ridiculous. And Peasant Plays out with the super chat. Oh my gosh, do I have the animation for the solo pods? No, I don't. I can't. I'll break it out to main. This might be a bit crazy. I'm gonna do this once just so we have that. Get the super chat there going. But he said, can we give scary Gary Pascal Siakam salary? And honestly, we might have to. We might have to by the end of this offseason, because my goodness, he is balling out for this team. And in the post-game interview, they asked him, what has been the difference being on the Toronto Raptors? And, you know, he's setting career highs night after night, having field goal. I don't know if I've ever seen in a game this efficient from a player, 17 of 19 from the field. And just, I'm amped up. He had the highest plus minus in NBA history, or second highest plus minus. The chat is going crazy. They're asking where Riker is. And, yeah, people hate on Pascal. I don't know if it's hate on Pascal, right? You know, and obviously Pascal deserves his contract. He earned it. But Gary Trent Jr. is going to get paid this offseason. He's been on another level this season. People are asking where Riker is tonight. Saturday night on Newfoundland, everything's opened up. So he's out and about, and I've been in studying and stuff. So I've got the pod here tonight, rocking out, writing essays. But it's Riker's celebrating this game, as many should be, with Gary Trent Jr. And I don't know, I'm going to throw in the chat, and I'm going to incorporate the chat the whole way through, obviously this being a solo podcast. What are your guys' thoughts on him potentially being an all-star? Because this guy, I'm amped up. I'm juiced about his performance tonight, his whole tenure as a Toronto Raptor. It's obviously there's been ups and downs, but as a younger guy, I really like to see it. And yeah, you know, when you're talking about a guy that scored 44 points per game, it's tough to really follow that up with some other players. But I thought Malachi Flynn had a really strong performance tonight. 20 points, 11 assists, 8 of 14 from the field, 2 of 3 from the three-point line, which is always solid for a guy like that. But, you know, Malachi Flynn, people, he had his lows. Obviously, I was joking about his dad calling out Nick Nurse and then coming back when Nick Nurse starts to play him a little bit and defending him every possession, after every game, every post game in that Raptors Facebook group chat. But Malachi Flynn, with ample opportunity, has really shown not necessarily to be the greatest of scorers on a night in, night out basis, but a guy that can certainly be a threat on the offensive end. And we're talking right now. I think he's shown potentials to the point where he can develop into that type of guy. But night in, night out, he's a guy that can facilitate your offense. And that's what you really need out of a point guard. And Kyle Lowry has done that every night for the Raptors for the past 8 years, however long he's been on this team. But Fred VanVleet, again, much better player than Malachi Flynn right now, much better shooter, scorer, creator, and all these things. But I think is more of an off-ball guy, so to speak, in terms of the smaller guard position than Malachi Flynn. I think Malachi Flynn looks to get his guys open, and that's why we've seen him in more minutes, right? When Flynn's sanity is going out there getting more run, right? He gets dimes, man. He gets those dimes. He really creates for these teams, and 11 assists in obviously 39 minutes, so he did get a lot of run tonight, but that's really encouraging. And he's a guy that plays great defense. Flynn's sanity is coming. I'm calling it. Trent, Flynn, OG. They're our super young core. Then we have Fred and Pascal to really grow these guys up. That's exciting to see. And we got another super chat. I'm going to, just for the sake of tonight, I won't play the animation because I didn't have it prepared earlier. But shout out Brian Martin. And Gary Trent Jr. passed Powell's career high by 1. And that is a wild stat to even think about because Norman Powell obviously was remarkable for the team this season. And I think he set his career high this year maybe a month back. And the fact that Gary Trent Jr. has already eclipsed that in his short tenure with the Toronto Raptors, that is remarkable, man. The thing about it, too, you watch him on the court, and firstly, he's going to get more consistent. That's a big thing about Trent's game. We knew that when he was traded to the team, when he was traded to the roster, looking at Portland Trailblazers fans, and we've seen it in the early stretches. But he's a guy that's up and down, right? He's not super consistent in the same way, to a much lesser extent than Norman Powell was when he was in his early years of the Toronto Raptors. But he's going to have some nights where he's on fire and some nights where he's not. But every night he looks really smooth, he's creating, and he's taking the right shots. And that's just a really exciting thing to see for this team. And man, I'm just amped up. And obviously, Riker and I, we were pretty deflated initially with the trade, just getting rid of Norman Powell during a career season, during a season where he was shooting 45% from 3 and all that, but seeing the potential that Gary Trent has shown right now, and Rodney Hood, I think, is a decent piece back. He had an alright performance tonight. That, the sadness I had with Norman Powell being traded, that has been eclipsed by Gary Trent Jr.'s just being on a whole nother level right now. So that's a big thing. And I'm going to rant through all these players, talk about everything that's going on, and then we're really going to have a bit of fun at the end of this chat because I think there's a lot of stuff happening. And I want to dive in deeper with Khem Birch because Khem Birch, he is a guy that we have signed officially now. But before we dive into any more players, I wanna say this. We're on the road to 20K subscribers. I'm plugging it here now. I'm plugging it here early. We're usually struggling with plugging them early. I guess it is 8 minutes in the podcast, but we're trying to get to 20K because then Riker and I will play a game one-on-one, and that's going to be a fun battle. It's going to be exciting stuff. So that's we want to get that all excited. And and we have another super chat from Pain Causing Samurai. Shout out Pain Causing Samurai. The Raptors just set a franchise record for the most points scored in a half, with players making up less than a third of the team's total salary. What is this team? And that is a remarkable stat. Shout out for the super chat. Again, I don't have the animation on this sort of setup. I might bust it out once we get into the more laxed part of this podcast. But shout out Pain Causing Samurai. And that's this team, man. That is this team. The Raptors, they have a lot of talent, and they just haven't really put it all together this season, and a large part of that has been due to external circumstances, whether it be playing in Tampa, health and safety protocols, or even the fact that we haven't had a true center, but that might all change now in the next few days. Kind of looks like I'm Aaron Baines. Good. Aaron Baines with long hair. That's distracting myself in the pod right now, but that's a big thing. And the Raptors are setting records, man. They're setting records, which is really exciting, and that's what you want to see. And that's why I played the balloons, not the kazoos. I played the balloons at the start of this podcast because even though I'm still on the tank, I haven't changed my perspective on potentially tanking, but to see the Raptors guys thrive during stretches of the season, and even if we do lose, if you bust out the popcorn machine, shout out Space Team Enterprise. I'm going to cook up some popcorn after this. But, I'm still thinking the tank will likely happen. But to see the Raptors come out and show potential, the young guys show what they can provide next season, that gets you excited, that gets you juiced. And when you're setting records along the way, it's that much more fun. So that's the thing. And I know I saw a lot of people, whenever we win, people are saying we shouldn't tank. And then when we lose, people say we got to get on that bandwagon. So I might get a little bit of hate in the comment section for that. But we have a really tough schedule down the stretch. We're resting guys. We have injuries and stuff. So the play-in tournament, it might be, it might not. I think it would be tough against the Nets. Evan Mobley, I've been creeping more people in the draft. People have been saying that we got to check up all this stuff. And I think Mobley would be a perfect fit on this team, but we'll talk about tanking. We'll talk about all that later because there are so many storylines in this game that we got to break down. But I think I lost my rant. Subscribe to the channel, appreciate it. You want those basketball games? I'll plug it again later in the pod. But OG again was great tonight. Behind Trent, obviously. Highest plus minus, 15 points, 5 rebounds. Again, his defense is so versatile. It's on a whole nother level with this team. But yeah, I don't have to talk much more about OG. I'm known as the OG Homer, and he does it night in, night out for me, even though his shots are sometimes inconsistent. Bembry had 13 points, 5 turnovers, but I thought he performed well. Boucher came off his career night last night to a night that's wasn't bad, but missed most of his threes. He had one that was with a hand in his face, but 9 points, two couple rebounds for Boucher. Yuta Watanabe, 14 points, 5 rebounds, and I'm going to talk about Yuta a bunch, but we do have a super chat. Well, we have 2 super chats. 2 super chats back to back. I'll shout out the first one first. Again, no segment for this tonight. I apologize, but I do appreciate the super chat. But land Cade, trade Fred VanVleet, and Miles Turner for trade Fred VanVleet for a Miles Turner package. I think if we land Cade, I'd be open to looking at Fred VanVleet potential moves. But again, Fred is such a valuable piece. Playing the off-ball position, I wouldn't want to give up Fred for nothing. I'd want more in return maybe than Miles Turner. But again, if you got Cade, then you likely have to make a move like that. But I see what you're saying. I'm not on the Fred VanVleet trade wagon right now, but I see where you're coming from. Shout out for the super chat, Jalen Stark. And then another one from Arco. Hit that like, boys. And Arco, you know what's up. People know what's up. Get in that like section. I saw a couple people saying we're on the road to 100 likes. You guys got to keep me up to date on the likes that we have so far. So, yeah, let me know how we're doing. Maybe get 200 likes again. Maybe if we make this podcast wild, it's a Saturday night. We'll see who gets in the chat. We'll see what happens. But, that's the vibe there. But shout out you guys. Oh, we have another one. Peasant Plays. If I miss a super chat, too, because usually I scope through everything while Riker's talking. He scopes through things while I'm talking. So if I miss one, yell at me if I miss a super chat, because I almost missed that one. But Peasant Plays, shout out for another super chat. Bembry needs to stop bringing the ball down, and yeah, he's a really nice complement piece. I think he's a great guy when he's playing off the ball, not trying to create too much. And it's in the same vein that we got animations playing everywhere, but it's in the same vein this guy, Damari Carroll, did when he dribbled too much, when he had more stuff going down, right? Damari Carroll. It gets messy, and I think Bembry, he's a better dribbler than Damari Carroll was, but when he starts trying to create too much, it gets a little bit ugly again. 5 turnovers for him tonight, so I definitely agree with that. But yeah, this 400 likes right now, is that true? Maybe, perhaps not. If it is, y'all are the best. If it isn't, it isn't. You guys gotta keep me updated. But I keep getting cut off with super chats, and I love it. But Yuta Watanabe, 14 points, 5 rebounds, and the thing about Yuta, watching him play in these games, is really, when his 3 balls going down, he looks a lot more confident, because he's always an energy guy. He's always a guy that's hustling for those boards, trying to make the right cuts, trying to do all the right things on the court, and that's what really got him into the rotation earlier in the season. Again, he hit a couple shots, which is really nice to see, but I think his biggest issue is he's not very consistent from the 3. I don't have his numbers in front of me, but it seems like every time he gets one of those shots open, swung to him when he's playing with the main guys, it always goes in and out, it always pops out. But if that 3-point shot, Yuta is also a guy that's still developing. He's only been in the league 3 years. This is something he can really work on. He's got the main skill set right now. But if he gets that 3-point shot cooking and consistent, people are saying re-sign Yuta, and I am in agreement with it. I'd like to see this guy back. I love the energy players that have the potential to do more. And he's not I loved Hustleman Chap, Rondé Hollis-Jefferson, but Utah's got a lot nicer of a jumper than Hustleman Chap did. He didn't have the hezzy or the hitch, not the hezzy. Imagine having a hezzy jump shot. Every time you go up, you just hezzy while you're in the air and throw it. I don't know. Get some weird form, some weird face on it, but that's a big thing. I'm a big fan of Yuta, so hopefully he continues to develop, and with these last stretch of games, and I haven't played the segment, so I don't even know if I have this one on there. I don't have this segment on here either. I'll play it once again for the folks. The super chat's there. Gotta press all of these buttons. I can barely do it when we're there. But the kazoos, right? If we're playing the kazoos and different guys are coming out, then I think Utah can get some minutes, get some run, and we'll see him develop into a guy like Malachi Flynn has been, or what Trent has obviously gotten an opportunity to do at this point. So that's the big thing with this roster, and that's the unfortunate thing about not having the G League this year. I think Utah was initially on a two-way, if I'm understanding correctly. You guys will correct me in the chat, but if he had a bit of G League to go down to early in the season, see what's happening, then I think that would be ideal for Utah, and obviously Malachi Flynn. But the end of this season is essentially the Raptors 905 at times. So if we're playing and we're resting guys, this is their opportunity to grow. I love to see it. And I guess the last player, I don't even know how long we're into this, 16 minutes. So the last player I'll dive into is Freddy Gillespie. And we were hoping to really see this guy the last couple of games, but health and safety, or the protocols to get him in before he was signed just didn't happen. But we finally got to see him tonight. 6 points, 3 steals, cut 4 rebounds. And the thing I really like to see about him is he is a big man. He obviously doesn't have the height of Joel Embiid, but he is a guy that is girthy. He can bully his way down low. He did a great job, I thought, of boxing out down underneath the rim, getting those boards, getting all those sorts of things. So he's a true center, right? Boucher, even though he's a similar height to Boucher and even OG and these guys, he is a true center. He's big enough to the point where he can get some blocks down low, be a rebounder. He's not the most mobile of guys from the limited minutes we've seen of him, but he's a hustle, energy guy. I saw him running pretty fast for a bigger dude, which is always an encouraging sign, because the Joel Embiid size guys, they can tend to jog up the court a little bit, but I thought he did a good job at running the floor, get down in the paint, and I don't want to overreact. And I said in our Lakers reaction that there will be some games, and I predicted a win against people are roasting me for saying girthy. But I predicted this win against the Lakers, that we're going to have a few wins now coming up. So I don't want to overreact to this because we have a really easy schedule, and the Cavs are also on the tank wagon now. If it was going to be a close one, I wanted us to lose this game because girth's being girth. That's tough. But if it was going to be a close one, I'd want us to lose this because we're in direct competition for the tank with Cleveland Cavaliers. But the Raptors came out, got the W, and if we're going to have that more time to really develop these guys, I think it'll be a good sense. I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm getting distracted by the girth Hespy. I don't even know how to pronounce that, but I don't know. Do you guys think he'll make the end of the season? Because currently he's on a 10-day contract, and we just signed Kevin Birch, but I'll bring it back to the main, and I'll play that animation. When I'm in the middle of the screen, I can give Baines my hair. It's a cool look. But were you more impressed with Girthy Gillespie or the insurance pile on Aaron Baines? Because that's Girth Espy. Shout out Peasant Plays with another super chat, but I don't know. I really liked him. I liked him if it that's gonna catch on. I hope it catches on. But yeah, tough for a small sample size, but in a couple words, I was impressed with his performance, and I like the Raptors with a center. I was big on the small ball early in the season. I think it can work at times, but the Raptors playing a 40 or an 82 game season or 72 game season, whatever it is this season, that's what we need to do. That's what we need to have as a center in there that's athletic, that's rebounding, that can do the dirty work while the rest of the guys do the finesse scoring. And that's Aaron Baines struggled in that role this year. People are trashing on him. I see the Wave Baines hashtags rolling, and it is what it is. But I don't know. We don't have to hate on the insurance pylon. He seems like a very cool guy. He's embraced the Raptors. He's always high-fiving people on the team. He's just playing out of position, guys. We don't need to trash on the guy. I like Aaron Baines. He'll be good. But, yeah. Is there any other players? Rodney Hood, I could be tripping, but I don't remember much from Rodney Hood's performance tonight. 6 points, 2 of 5 from the field. Hit a couple threes, which is nice to see, but I thought he was all right. Baines had 2 points in his minutes. Stanley Johnson, again, doing regular Stanley Johnson things. I'm trying to make sure I don't miss anybody. I tend to, when it's a solo pod, leech onto the box score a little bit, but I hope we're keeping it fun. Keep it a wild situation. I wasn't looking at the chat there. No super chats. Okay, bless. But, okay. You know what that means? Okay, I was going to bring up the final alarm too early, but we have segments to go through, 20 minutes in, and tonight, the spicy Lay of the day. And you guys already know, you've been watching the pods, you've been watching the post-game pods, and you know the spicy Lay of the day. It's brought to you by Tiger's Milk Hot Sauce. That's right, hot sauce. This one, again, I'm making sure the label's in focus, or the focus is back here. Roja Jungle Spice is this flavor, but they got a bunch of flavors. The peppers are picked from the heart of the Amazon in Peru, and then they're brought to Toronto, bottled there, so they're a local Canadian company, and it's quality stuff. It's quality hot sauce, so definitely check that out. And for tonight, for the spicy Lay of the day, Yuta Watanabe had a reverse dunk at one point, but I don't think it counted. That was pretty cool. He had a couple dunks in this game that I noticed. Boucher hit a contested three that really caught my eye, but really it's got to go to Gary Trent Jr. just being on fire. And we have another super chat as well. Oh, I also have to mention, I'm struggling. I'll bring up the super chat after, but we got a sponsorship, and I forgot to play this on the screen. Use the promo code WeTheNorth to get 20% off your order at shoptigersmilk.com. Do that, guys. I hyped up. We've been talking about the hot sauce. We're saying we'll post you on the gram. You get this hot sauce because it is delicious. But that's it there. You can check that out. But I'll read the super chat. I'll leave that on the screen as we're talking about. But thoughts on Girth Espy's, I don't even know how we pronounce that. Girth Espy's perimeter defense tonight. And I don't want to lie to you guys. I don't recall much about his perimeter defense. I thought he was a bit more mobile than I expected from a guy that size. But I thought he was solid. Shout out Toby A again for that super chat. But I don't have a take on it. Let me know what you guys think in the chat, and I'll reiterate some of the things, some of the stuff. But yeah, okay, that's the spicy Lay of the day. I'm reading the chat. I'm incorporating everything. Shout out everyone talking about the likes as well, keeping me updated. We're on the 138 likes already. We can reach 200. We can get to 200. I know. Whoa, the tanks. The Kazoos just want to play out. I keep pressing the wrong button. But tonight, the OGs play. Not all plays can be the spicy Lay of the day, and some just make you say OGs. And tonight, the OGs play the day. I don't even know what to do with this OGs play. Someone's saying that Siakam's not traded. I don't know. What are you talking about? Siakam's been good. Siakam has been nice. Someone's saying Siakam for Cat. Please no. Sorry. Interesting. We'll talk about some of these. Lots of trade scenarios happening in the chat right now, but we can't trade Siakam unless we're getting serious value back. That guy's been a beast lately. He's just coming into his own. He's a momentum guy, and he's been out of the league, or he's been out of Raptors Nation, which has really pushed him. He seems to play better when the home fans are really getting him riled up in big settings. So hopefully he'll come back to full form, full Pascal Siakam form next season. I don't have one off the top of my mind, an OG's play of the day. There could be some stuff I'm missing. Again, as I said at the beginning of this one, I had the game on the whole time, watching it, also writing an essay. So you miss things while you're doing that, but it is what it is. And we have another super chat from Gone. I feel like that sounded like God, but Gone said the Crimson Flynn. That's a cool nickname. We got some fire nicknames for Malachi Flynn. So that's I respect that. I respect all the stuff. Freddy Elbow on Stanimal? Freddy Gillespie. I was going to say Fred. It also could go to the broadcast crew for bringing up the old Freddy and the young Freddy, or the veteran Freddy, and they went on a rant with that. That was a good little look. Yuta hit a buzzer beater. He did hit a buzzer beater. He did hit that shot. That could have been the spicy Lay of the day as well. But shout out Gone. Love the super chats again. Keep reiterating, we don't have the segment for it tonight. I can go to it once we get a little bit messy with it, but it's a path of buttons that I have to press through, and as everyone knows that watches the Raptors Digest, I struggle with pressing these buttons in the right order. But yeah, that's a big thing. And finally, the infamous, the one, the only Damari Carroll Gold Star Award. And guys, so people were asking, I peeped the chat. And I want to give a Damari Carroll Gold Star Award to any guys tonight. Thought all the Raptors played well. They're asking why. Who was Damari Carroll that bad? Was why is he named the Gold Star Award? Who's the name? I'm gonna pull it up. Pull up the guy that asked that. It might be too far back. We don't talk about Damari, says that one Canadian guy. Was Damari Carroll that bad? From Shikit? From Ahmed. Last name Ahmed. apologize. I don't want to butcher the name that bad. But he asked if Damari Carroll was that bad, and he wasn't. Okay, we've come around on Damari, but he was our big free agent signing, and he was a guy, and he was a very likable guy. I thought he had a great personality, fit in with the Toronto Raptors, and his first 5 games with the Toronto Raptors was nice. He looked like a beast. The Raptors are 5-0 in his first 5 games with the Raptors, and he was hitting threes. Everything is advertised, and then he goes down with injury in his first year, misses most of that season, comes back in the playoffs, and it's just not the same guy. Riker likes to bring up the quote, he was a 3-and-D player that forgot how to shoot the 3 and couldn't play defense, and that's who he really became when injuries happened, and then as the years went along with the Toronto Raptors, he missed a lot of shots in the playoffs, and he'd call himself JYD 2.0, and then he kind of roasted the team on the way out. He kind of trashed them. That was right as we started this podcast, so we created the Damari Carroll Gold Star Award, and we've been meaning to change it for the last while. We said if we beat the Celtics in the playoffs, we would change it to the Paul Pierce Gold Star Award. We're thinking we're going to change it regardless, change it anyways, but, it's not a hate on Damari Carroll. He's that's what it's a Gold Star Award. It's just its own thing. We have constantly said we think he's a cool dude. Shout out Damari Carroll, and it will be changed. It will be changed. That's just what I want to say. And Country Kong, he was not all right in the playoffs. That's not the case. 1 million likes. Oh, and super chat too. Paolo Gallon. I apologize if I butchered it, but very gracious for the super chat. The Raptors give me, I don't know what that is in my tummies. I love them. And I don't want to get demonetized or get this PG, so I'm not going to try and pronounce that. But shout out for the super chat nonetheless. I love the jokes, love the memes. I love that it's doing whatever to your tummy. Because the Raptors winning, again, maybe not too much at the end of the year as we are on the kazoo playing bandwagon, but it's yeah, I'm just going to leave that. Shout out for the super chat. That's all I'll say. But people are asking what to change the Aaron Baines Participation Award. We're going to do it, but we're feeling if we're going to create an award like that, we probably shouldn't have it named after any Raptors. And Aaron Baines, he's getting all that hate. He's getting too much of the hate. We're trying to bounce back off that. It was all jokes at the start, but I don't know. I like Aaron Baines. I think he's a cool guy. It's unfortunate. But just watch the replay, and Spicy Pele nomination for Bembry's no-look one-handed behind-the-back pass to Utah for the buzzer beater. Yes, that is facts. That could have been a great. Should have been the Spicy Pele of the day. That was a great play, and someone brought it up later. It slipped my mind as we're talking. Usually we got two minds going on it, but definitely pain-causing Samurai. You got the Spicy Pele there. I'll throw it back up on the screen. Can I? There we go. Whew, I got worried these button transitions weren't going to work. Yeah, got the Spicy Pele part 2. But, yeah, the kazoos will come out later in the podcast. We got a Fusion basketball in the chat, Coach Ben. Shout out Fusion. But, yeah, if you're in Newfoundland, you want to play some basketball, definitely check out Fusion. You want to get coached by yours truly. But, yeah, guys, we got a lot of stuff going on in this game. We got a lot of stuff popping in the chat. So that can only mean one thing. And I hope this animation is loaded. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. Woo, 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 woo. Woo, 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 woo. That's right. The final alarm has gone off, and I want to hear your guys' takes, your guys' chats happening. Someone said let's call it the Ben Roger Gold Star Award for keep messing the animations, and I do keep messing the animations. It is what it is. But you're getting the Gold Star, Jessley Ramos, for it's Ben Rogers. Come on, at Ben Rogers1. Follow me on Instagram. I might start posting on there more. But yeah, just a subtle plug. I could plug myself sometimes. Solo pod, all this. But we got 2 more super chats. OGs goes to Ben with these animations. You hating on that? Guys are hating on the animations. It's all jokes. It's all memes. They're all created. But shout out Peasant Plays for the super chat. I appreciate it, even though it's you're giving me an OG's award. And then Chris Chetley, hi Ben, go Tank. People asked for it, and I said later in later in the pod, once we get to the final alarm, I'll break out the animations more. I can break that. There's the tank. I didn't even have to click anything for this one here, but the kazoos are playing, and I'm still on the kazoos wagon. That's my vibe. That's everything that's happening, and whew, back to the wrong. And I'll play the super chat just in honor of all of the super chats we've gotten. Play Kyle Lowry rocking out there. It's been blessed, all the super chats. We really appreciate all of that. But I'll get back to just me, not the black screen on the side. But yeah, we got a lot of stuff. Coach Ben is the best coach and best coach and podcaster. Thanks, Fusion Basketball. Graciously appreciate it. But people are asking about merch. Merch is coming. Merch is coming, folks. I've been plugging it, and we've been plugging on all the videos. And honestly, I'm going to have to go back to this main base, the super chats, get rid of the tank, and I'm going to have to play this one because merch is coming. I'm teasing it. I'm going to keep it real. I've been essay writing. I've been doing this, doing that, and we have another super chat, too. I'll play that animation. So the merch is going to be coming. I'm going to build out that website, but it's all coming from Design My Apparel. So you can go to their website right now, Design My Apparel, and create your own custom clothing. Raps 15, get 15% off any of the animations you want, or not animations. If you can create an animation on a shirt, that would be cool. But any of the creations you want to get, they're really quality stuff. We've gotten them, and we'll plug them more as we get them. But I've been off the go a little bit in terms of everything outside of school right now. So once I get that, I will code out this website, build out that UI, so you guys can get your merch. I know Riker's working on some stuff like that, but I brought it up earlier. Super chat or super sticker? Is that a super sticker? I'm not sure. I don't really know how this works. We're sort of going with as it flows. But this could be Dapinder Dylan. I'm hoping that's how you pronounce it. Shout out for getting the sticker. That might be our first ever sticker. So you get that sticker there. I stuck it to my camera, but got the flow no cap. That's what it is. But 18k subs now. That's the vibe right now. But yeah, what are people thinking? Knicks by 30 tomorrow if Siakam plays. Do you guys think that the Raptors are worse with Siakam? I've seen Siakam get trashed a bit on this pod. I don't really know why. He's been good lately. He's been good. He's getting to the rim. He's shooting those shots. But yeah, what are you studying for? And just get a Shopify account, guys. I'm a computer science major. It's in my blood. If I don't code it myself, I'm a waste. My existence is in peril. So I can't just create a Shopify account. But honestly, that might be the route we end up going with. We'll see how much time is actually on the hands. But we're really excited to really get that stuff launched because it's some cool stuff, and you guys have been asking for it for about 2 years now. Now that we've been on the camera, you can see our faces. Someone said I got the flow going, right? That's the exciting stuff. And apparently we're at 170 likes. So before we go any further, there's 390 people in this chat. We're on the road to 20k subscribers. So subscribe it all up if you want to see this guy and Riker play some wild game of one-on-one. And then, right, get in that like section. Utah has reemerged. This has been his best game since being dunked on by Anthony Edwards. He's reemerged from the like section and balled out. So if you want to help out everyone get out of that like section that's stuck in there, press on that button because it's a great place to help people out, especially us. But Toby A with another super chat. Shout out Toby A. Said Siakam is good. An angry face. So I assume he's talking to the rest of the chat and not me because Siakam is good. I've been on that wave. I got the jersey here, the white jersey in the background. I think that they wore tonight. So that's where it says. But let's get some likes. That's what people are saying. But it's a wild ride. This season it's been a roller coaster, hasn't it? We start off 2-8. Then I go out on YouTube and I say, we're getting the second seed. And I was adamant about that for a while, right? I was passionate about it. And we went on a run. It was looking good. Things were looking up. And then the Raptors, things went up, things went down, things went up, things went down. And then they were looking really up. We were 4th seed in the Eastern Conference. We said we were beating the Nets. We were doing this. We were doing that. And then, health and safety protocols happened. A couple of ugly losses to the Celtics happened. And here we are, and now we're playing Kazoos in the bottom of the Eastern Conference, and things are looking messy. We trade Norman Powell. Someone said the only dislike on this video was Norman Powell, so that's what's Norm doing, man? I love you, Norm. Like, I was mad when you were traded. I was probably more mad than you were. So why are you disliking the video? But it is what it is. Make up for Norm's dislike. He was traded. Riker was frustrated. I was sad that Norm got moved, but I was really excited about Trent Jr. Then he comes in, and then he's looking like the next evolution of Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. Gary Trent Jr., that's what I saw. I think that was the first comment on this video, or first chat on this video, because Trent is just Trent's a beast, man. Trent is a beast. I don't know if I like doing this, especially on the solos, getting like pure feedback from you guys. Hit a yes in the chat. I'm not about spam. I'm anti-spam. You guys have been great today. But I'm not about spam. But now I want you to spam for at least like 10 seconds. Yes, if you think Trent's going to be an all-star. Or no, if you don't. I want to see that now. I'm a bit behind. And while that happens, right, I think people are saying we're close to 200 likes. We're close to 200 likes already, 37 minutes in. So while you guys are spamming that yes or no, just for 10 seconds. Right, try and get that like section up to 200. Going on a like rage, but people are. Oh, we got a lot of yeses. One no. Keep in G. That's a lot of yeses. Keep OG. Yeah, we gotta keep OG. Are people thinking we're not gonna get OG? What? That's silly gooses. I like it. Okay, so you guys are in agreement with the title. It's not too over the top. Obviously, sometimes we have some wild takes, and in the titles, people roast us for some of our takes. But it's I think this one's reasonable. Trent, 44 points for people that don't know. I go on the rant about the game early on, and then as things go along, we get a little bit wilder. The chat goes yeses and nos and stuff. But and we veer away from the game, but I want to keep reiterating. Gary Trent Jr. is a GOAT. 44 points, plus 31 against the Cleveland Cavaliers. And one thing that I didn't bring up, and I wanted to bring this up in the initial part of the podcast, is regardless of the tank, regardless of what everyone is talking about, regardless of this, regardless of that, I wanted the Toronto Raptors to at least get their revenge on the Cleveland Cavaliers. Because when the Raptors were going full tank mode optimization route, that's a very weird... I don't know if those words were ever spoken in a sentence together once. But when the Raptors were prime tank season, right? They went into a mode where they just got smoked by the Cleveland Cavaliers. Right? It was messy. It was gross. Colin Sexton was flexing on Fred VanVleet. And I like Colin Sexton. I think he's a cool guy. He once played McGill. But I got the hoodie on right in a game. I saw him. I was like, yeah, this guy's good. Been a fan of him since. But when you're trashing on Fred VanVleet in a game... Nah, you can't do that. And obviously the Raptors are in tank mode. They're trying to lose. They're playing the Kazoos while you guys are taking layups, right? You can't be roasting Fred VanVleet in a situation such as that. So I'm happy the Raptors avenged Fred VanVleet. I would like for him to be on the court and have a big game against Sexton. But Gary Trent Jr. was enough. He did that. He got the revenge. So that's a positive thing. And people are saying... The people that are all on the tank, the people, we're breaking it back out. The super chat's there, breaking out the tank animation. For people that are still playing the Kazoos, are still rocking out, don't be sad. Don't be sad about this loss. This win for the Toronto Raptors, because things are reversed this time of year. But don't be depressed. Don't be sad, as there's still so many games to go, and you want a few games like this, so we still have that winning culture. We still have that. We know that this team is still good, and that's the essential thing. And people are saying 220 likes. Jeez, y'all, you guys are goated here tonight. I'm juiced. I'm amped up. I wasn't sure if people were going to be that excited on a Saturday night, beating the Cavs when we're in tank mode, but that's a big thing. So shout out everyone getting in that like section. You guys are the goats. If you haven't liked yet, join the trend, join the bandwagon, like the video, hop in the subscriber section, the like section, the subscriber section. We getting wild with all these names, but it's a wild time. Siakam Trent will work out. That is correct, DC, because this team is going to be great. And Predator Kingdom, a classic in the chat, is saying he's a restricted free agent. We're keeping him. We are. If we let him go, that'd be sad. That would be a sad moment for this team. I'm already during the trade deadline. I was like, a lot of these guys just don't feel like Raptors right now. And we gave up most of our core. We gave up most of the championship core. And there's only a few people that were saying, these are Raptors guys. But I feel like Trent, watching him play, that's a Raptors guy. That's a guy that I can see in this jersey, in this chevron jersey right here, playing for a long time. So that's what's happening. Microsoft plug. You guys are gonna jump on the wagon when we in the playoffs. You know it. If we make the playoffs, like there's no point in tanking at that point. So if we're there, I want to win, right? If we're in there, but if we're not gonna make the playoffs, if we're not gonna do that well, then there's no point in being the 11th seed when you could be the 13th seed and get a 40% chance as a top 4 pick rather than a 10%. So that's only our thinking. That's the thought process. We love the Raptors. We're trying to make them win whichever way possible. And yeah, not Donald Fagen. I think that's how you pronounce the last name. I apologize, but if that's not. But the way we tank is the Cleveland Cavaliers. They were actually on a 2-game win streak coming in tonight. OKC. They're around. They're a little bit ahead of us right now in terms of the league standing, so we're still closer to the tank than them. The Wizards, same sort of level, and I believe the Magic are still close as well. The way we tank is we get to. It's unlikely we're gonna catch the Rockets, the Timberwolves, or the Pistons, but if we get to one of those bottom 4, bottom 5 seeds in the league, we have like a 45% chance at a top 4 pick. That's a Mobley. That's a Suggs. That's a Cade Cunningham. 40% chance rather than the 12-13% chance we might have as a higher seed. That's why you sort of tank the end of the year. And we have some tough games coming up. So you want the Raptors to be competitive. You want them to rock out. But it is what it is. And Death 4K, the goat of the super chats, he says, "You're so indecisive like the Raps this time of year. Everyone's committed to the tank or a run." And I'm committed to the tank, but I will support us if we go for a playoff run, right? I'm not gonna be in the playoffs mad that we did it, but if there's a route, we gotta go there. And they're asking how much do you think Gary will sign for this offseason? I'm thinking $15 million a year, and that's my best bet. That's my guess. But if he continues to put up 44 point per game nights, it's going to be tough. But again, he wasn't putting up those numbers for most of the season. So it's an interesting situation. Raps will upset the Nets. Honestly, I'd be hyped. I hate the Nets. That organization, just not a fan. Hate's a strong word, but that's the wave. I don't know, guys. This is it's a fun time for Raptors fans, right? We can tank, we can win a few games, right? When we're winning, the good thing I like is there's not any lame wins, so to speak. We're not having any boring wins where the other team is just brutal, and we have wins where our guys are really showing out, balling out, getting those games, setting records, right? Setting career highs, showing what they can do for us in the future. And again, people are talking about Trent's money. He could be earning himself a bag, and honestly, he deserves it. He deserves the bag as he's a guy that is balling out for this team. He's setting records. He's setting all these stuff, and I was mad, and my one takeaway, which I will take back from the trade deadline, is that if Gary Trent Jr. does make $20 million per year this offseason, then it was a horrific trade for the Raptors because we should have kept Norman Powell. I'm on the Trent train through and through now. Through and through at this point, so that's a situation. We gotta bring him back. We gotta get everything, and yeah. That's the deal. I'm gonna look through the chat a little bit just to end this one off, but I gotta get back to essay writing. I gotta still a few assignments to do so I can bust out that website, design some merchandise for you guys, get all that stuff going. But will someone paid Trent the max? Nah, I don't think he gets more than Fred VanVleet did, because Fred VanVleet was a Finals MVP vote. Right, he was more established. He was more this, more that. So I think I'd be surprised if he gets $15 million per year. But apparently he turned down a 4-year $58 million. from Bueno Kitty. That's my source. Take it or leave it. But if you turn that down, then maybe it's more than a $15 million per year contract. Who knows? Maybe it's the 20 mil. We got to pay him, right? I don't think we let him walk for anything. And Norman Powell, again, it would have been nice to keep him. He's a culture guy. He's this. He's won a championship with us. He has the Raptors tattoo on his arm. But Trent is a baller. And he's friends with OG. An OG bromance? This is what we didn't know. This is what Masai knew, but we didn't know we wanted. We need it. I messed up that quote, but we need an OG bromance, and Trent is the perfect guy. But anyways, you guys are the best for making this far. Check out the Twitter, the Instagram, all the cool stuff, the TikTok, RaptorsDigest.ca. We got a lot of cool stuff coming. A lot of stuff getting off the ground. I know Riker's cooking up a lot. People are saying Riker's load managing tonight, and he is. But he's going to be grinding tomorrow. A lot of stuff he's working on. So we've been cheesing it. We've been teasing stuff a little bit. So a lot of stuff's getting off the ground tomorrow. But yeah. Just peeping through the chat, seeing the stuff. Cat or Randall trade for Siakam, Magic hands. I can discuss that now. We're not getting Cat or Randall for Siakam. We'd have to give up some pieces at this point. But I don't know. I'd like Cat. I don't think it would be worth it for Randall. Siakam's buy low right now. Yeah, I already gave the sign out, the close out, so I'm just going to send it off here. Flynn Sanity, Gary Trent Jr. is going to be an all-star. Talked about a lot in this pod. You guys are the best in here. How many likes did we get? Are we close to a situation? Need to see what people are saying. 3 plus 33 bromance. Lol. What's the likes at? Did we hit someone said we were at 1,000 likes earlier, and I just need to know if it's true. Need to know if it's happy. Or if it's happy. We're all happy here. It's 12:30 Newfoundland time. It's past Riker's bedtime. He's rubbing off on me. I can't speak, but 247. 247! We're at 247. I was going to sign off without 250 likes, and we're that close. That would be a record for a stream. So get that, someone called it a like raise or a like spike. Like spike. And then get that 250. But I don't know. If you guys got any questions, I'm going to keep it going until we get 250. And yeah, any questions you guys got? We have a lot of takes in here about the Raptors, about this, about that. People are saying end stream at 300. We need to really have a big like spike for me to end the stream at 300. I'll do it. If you guys want it. I'll do it. I'll keep up. I'll keep fighting through. My sleep schedule is messed up right now just from working late, so I can spare a few minutes at the end of this podcast, so I stay a few minutes later in the end of this. Oh, okay, it looks like we're like spiking. But 260 Space Team Enterprise. That's 40 more. We can rock it out. Career high in likes. Let's try. If Gary Trent Jr. is getting a career high in buckets tonight, I gotta get a career high in likes. Let's hit for the 300. But ended at 300, and I just got here. Derek from Recruiting. I'll do it for you guys. 265. Jeez, that is wild. This is a wild like spike. This is crazy. Does anyone want a story reaction to take? People are looking for questions, I guess. 300 or bust. Let's go. If it's 300 bust, we gotta keep rocking. We gotta keep it rocking. What do we do at 300 likes? What are you guys looking for? I don't know. We got the TikTok dances and stuff, but I'm the GOAT for watching Raptors lose so many games. We're all GOATs here. If you're watching the podcast, the Raptors are losing. It's a situation where, you gotta love the team. If you're gonna be supporting the team during the championship years, you gotta support them now, right? Get girthy. Hit like for Girth Lipsy. All right, what are we calling this guy? How is it gonna be pronounced? We're bad at pronouncing names, but how are we going to pronounce Freddy Gillespie? Right? We got a dislike. Whoa! Got a Norman Powell. Norman Powell's pulling up to the pod, even though we love that guy. But drink hot sauce at 300 likes. My hot sauce is in the fridge upstairs. And I can't open up this one. I don't got any to sort of plug in the background and stuff. But give your best Trent WIN impression. This guy in the thumbnail. He had a good thumbnail look. It's a wild ride. Duo tomorrow? Riker Ben duo tomorrow. I wish we were playing. That's one thing. The Raptors. Oh, before I tell this story, shout out Let's Talk Raps. Big night for Gary Trent Jr. Amazing 44 points. That is right. Certainly amazing for the Gary Trent Jr. This man's go. But shout out for the super chat. I appreciate it. Let's Talk Raps. But yeah, Riker and I, we're planning on getting our first game of ball. For people that don't know, we're both in Newfoundland. We just had for most of last year, honestly, things have been normal. Gym's open, coaching basketball, living life, be able to go to restaurants and bars and stuff, right? Life is normal. Then we got hit with the 2-month quarantine. Riker came home, and things just opened up. We're supposed to get a basketball game in last Friday, and then things get things just get bailed out. We don't get the time and all that. So I think our first game of basketball will be Friday. It won't be the one-on-one sesh. It won't be the duo sesh, but it will be a game of basketball. We'll likely be on the same team. But Derek McCurdy with a super chat. I'm gonna break out the segment for the final ones here. But will Lowry re-sign with the Raps? I think he will. I hope he does. Kyle Lowry. If we get my single, the two faces here, but his sign and trade, whether he keeps them, he stays. I'm all in on the Raptors winning next season. Again, I made a whole analytical breakdown using Markov models why the Raptors should not tank for a long stretch of time. But if it's already in the cards, it's better to be the worst team in the league when you're already bad than it is to be a whatever, especially a middle of the pack team. Just for 1 year, especially if you're not giving up talent. So I want the Raptors to be good next year, and I think Kyle Lowry helped that. Oh, and my God, I haven't been paying attention to the chat. Did we hit 300 likes? We are playing those balloons. A career high tonight. LCV Killer 14 with the sticker. Shout out for the stickers. We're getting stickers in this podcast too. People listen to this not on YouTube probably aren't gonna get what's going on, but everybody, you're watching the chat. You're loving all the vibes. The YouTube chat section, it's a great place. Got the balloons out. Do you guys like the balloon section? Shout out Tyson, our video editor, helping out with the animations. I do most of them, or I've done most of them, but the balloons, I'm getting this playing. We got a career high for Trent, a career high for me in terms of likes on a live stream. It's a big deal. It's a big night for everyone, and Saturday night, I'm going for 53 minutes here, but again, I think I've already done the sound off, but you guys already know you're the best. I really appreciate you. The Raptors, we're getting through the season, whether it be wins, losses, tanks, or titles, right? Raptors Digest community. It's a vibe. Gillespie. Is it Gillespie? I had someone in my class with the same name of last name in high school. Junior high. It's Gillespie. So I don't know if it's Gillespie, whatever. We'll see. I didn't really hear him say it on the broadcast, but I apologize if I've been pronouncing his name wrong, because I thought I had that one right. But again, you guys are the best. People ask me what languages I know in code, and I know Python, Java. Whoa, guys! Shout out Race Mode Daily with the highest ever super chat in Raptors Digest history. This is wild. He says stop the tank. We're breaking records. We are champs. Play the horn and good night. Oh my goodness. I apologize I'm talking loud, but I gotta get hyped for race. You know, we're coming out here. The chat segment's already played up. There's no two screen happening, and he wants the horn. So, you know, we gotta tank segments here. We gotta play that horn. That horn has been played. Shout out Race Mode Daily. Oh my goodness! What? Whoa! I see your 33 Race Mode Daily and I raise you $70 from Derek McCurdy. I can't. You guys, this is crazy. This is wild. This is a wild finish to the podcast here. Race Mode Daily, Derek McCurdy. I hope I'm pronouncing that right because y'all are goats. You guys are goats. $70 super chat. That's a spicy play of the day. If we had the Kawhi you do 'em like that play animation loaded up, I'd be playing that. If we if we had the GOAT play of the day going back to 2017, if we had that would be going to you guys because we really appreciate that. We love the super chats. We've been getting them in there to be able to just get people's combos going, but we really appreciate that. I'll go an hour. I'll go 3 hours of these crazy super chats, man. I will rock this out all night. Just made $100 in a bit. That's what Gary Men says, and that is culture. We really appreciate that. That is man, I can't even speak on that. That's too much. We really certainly do appreciate it, and I gotta keep going. I apologize if it's long, if you're listening on the pod, or if the live streams are gonna get too long on YouTube. I don't know how this stuff works. I apologize if I get cut off, but Derek McCurdy, well, thanks. I've been a fan of the Raptors Digest since the beginning. Glad to see how much it's growing. Graciously appreciated because that's a lot of money, and just the support and everyone that's in here supporting. New animation for over $50. I'll make that. Certainly I'll cook that up. I cooked that up right now on Final Cut or After Effects or whatever right now as we're going it. But man, just to Derek, to everyone that's been around, whether you've been around from the jump. I know we got a lot of subscribers, fans on the channel in during the playoff run, the big one in 2019, last playoffs. A lot of people came over during the trade season as we've had a lot of wild trade videos and wild things. We've been figuring out the YouTube, getting everything going, and yeah, and honestly the chat has been made this. We've loved the YouTube from the jump. We love looking at you guys in the comment section, seeing what you got to say. Riker and I just chat about the Raptors. We do it anyways if we weren't on YouTube. It didn't have cameras, microphones in front of us, but yeah, the chat, getting everyone together, the community we built in for the Raptors Digest, and just for the Raptors in general, just being able to connect to more people. Obviously, Riker and I from Newfoundland, there's a lot of Raptors fans here. They're all across the country, but maybe in Toronto, there's more people to talk about it, but just having more people to chat with and stuff, having a platform, being able to connect everyone to this. Someone said I got the permanent grin, like I just had a chicky poo or something, then I got that grin. I'm happy. I'm happy. We got Blazers fans in here. He's happy for Trent. 44 points. I'm keep rambling. I apologize. Try to minimize the likes or the ums. I don't even know if I'm saying them right now, but I feel like I am. But yeah, jeez. Can we get 350 likes? What likes are we at right now? I don't even know. We hit 300. I was already playing the Blues. I gotta play the Blues. That's the animation I should have played with these super chats. But 320 Space Team Enterprise. He's been pretty good with longer podcasts needed. We're even trying to make them longer. We always thought that 20 minutes was where people sort of just didn't want us to go any longer. That was always our vibe. Then we did a few live ones and people enjoyed it. So we've been feeding in some of the rambling a little bit extra on some of these games, but it's Toby A says he's in Saskatchewan, Bear Raptors head. Throw in the chat where you guys are from. I like to know that, see where everyone's to across the country. But next time Riker tries to end the stream early, you tell him no. Riker's got the bedtime. My sleep schedule used to be similar to Riker's, but now school it gets you a bit weird, right? And do you use Adobe InDesign for these animations? So After Effects has been my thing for a while, but now I'm just I can do things in Final Cut, man. I can learn these frame things and stuff and all that. Edmonton, Alberta, Hamilton, Ontario, Montreal. Got a few Montreals. I'm in Montreal occasionally, but Vancouver, Chile, but I'm in Canada. Hey, Riker lived in Chile for a while. Victoria, BC. Hey, from the other side, I love it. I love the side. Atlanta, got some states in there, but yeah, people are always asking us for chats too, or for pods with Luca. You know, if he wants to hit us up, man, tell him to hit us up. Spam the channel. But Cambridge, Ontario, Chile, but not Canada. Yes, downtown Toronto. We got a lot of people in here. A lot of people, a lot of different places, but the city formerly known as Lebronto. We got Portland, Oregon in here. Shout out Norman Powell. Shout out the Blazers. But Regina, Saskatchewan, Morinville, Alberta, Orilla, Ontario, Ottawa. People all over the place, right? There's Raptors fans everywhere. That's the cool thing about the team. People kind of joke about it, and people talking to people in Toronto, like, people don't really, the whole country's about the squad. There's people all over the world thinking about it. But we're at 330 likes. Eastside Scarborough, 330 likes. We could probably get to 350. We might be able to have a little like spike to get to 350 and sound it off. I'm always worried that the thing's just gonna die at an hour, but I think we've gotten there. So, but hot sauce at 350. In honor of Derek McCurdy and Race Mode Daily, I will down the hot sauce. I'll get my refrigerated hot sauce for the next pod. I don't want to run off in the middle of the pod. If Riker was here to hold it down for that, I'd run up and get it. But born in a river, in the river. Japan and the United States. We got people from everywhere. Get that like spike while people are talking. Lima, Peru, England, UK. The Raptors Digest is global. This chat is global right now. But, man. No, this has been a wild pod. This has been a fun one. Right, I didn't expect this coming into this one with a Cleveland Cavaliers game on a night where I was quite tired coming into it early. Not gonna lie, but it's been a wild ride. We get to 350. I don't know. I might be pushing my luck here at the end of this pod, but yeah, the Toronto Raptors. Just to reiterate this game because we still have 289 people in here. The Raptors. Gary Trent Jr. balled out. Flynn balled out. Flynn's sanity is back. Trent Jr. is gonna be an all-star. Brazil, look at people from Brazil. This is quite disjointed. Anyways, I don't know if the like spike is happening, but yeah. I'm going to sign it off. I'm going to reiterate the ending, but you guys are the best for making this far. Check out the Twitter, the Instagram, all that cool stuff. RaptorsDigest.ca, TikToks. Get that TikTok. Ben drops some trash talk to Riker to hype up the 1v1. Man, I'm a... No, you gotta have the mind games. You gotta be friendly with your team, like the guy you're going against. Friendly with the refs. I know. I used to be a little hothead playing on the court, throwing benches. I was an intense guy playing basketball. Then I realized if you're friendly to the other team and then you just make subtle jabs at them, subtle pokes at their game. Oh, what's that hitch in your jump shot? Why is it going to the left every time? You know, that's how you get them. That's how you get under their skin. But people are telling me to go do my essay, and honestly, yeah, that's probably the move. That's probably the move right now. But again, shout out everyone in the chat, in the comment section. Everyone watching this later, it's graciously appreciated. I think I've said that 1,000 times on this podcast, so I don't want to be a broken record and ramble too long. But you guys are the best. Lots of cool stuff coming. Merch is coming. Build out that website, and then Riker's gonna 20-piece bend. You really want me to start trash talking? Go check out my basketball mixtape. It's on YouTube. It's me in high school. It's there. I'm warning you. I got that stroke, those no look passes. I guess it's a game of 1-on-1, but check that out. Ben Rogers High School mixtape. If you go to my personal Instagram, I plugged it already tonight. Ben Rogers 1. You can check that out there. I've been slacking on the DMs on the Raptors Digest DM in my own. But you go there. It's in the link in the bio. That's my high school thing. High school's a long time ago. I'm about to graduate university. But anyways, I'm sounded off. Cheers. And the keyboard broke. It doesn't want me to sound it off. Oh, because this isn't here. Okay. Super chat's going off. Final sound off. Cheers.